Dark science. Everything obesity does to your body. And I really need this as a motivation to lose weight because I am getting hefty. I am getting plus sized, and I definitely need to lose a bit of pounds. I definitely need to lose a bit of pounds.
Fat is a good thing. Your body uses it for energy when carbohydrate stores run out. It protects your organs from trauma and cells need it to make phospholipids to build their cell membranes. There is no one specific body fat percentage that is ideal, just as there is no one ideal body weight. Instead, the World Health Organization suggests a range of body fat that should be maintained. For men, this is between 11% and 21% body fat, and women between 23 and 31% body fat. But too much of anything can be bad. When body fat percentages exceed these ranges, the extra...
Donuts are not bad. Donuts are not bad. And cool, you have Vash the Stampede as a icon. Yeah, donuts are not bad. Donuts are great.
Weight alters the mechanics and biochemistry of the body. For clarification, the body fat percentage discussed in this video is in the morbid obese range. Morbid obesity in men is a body fat percentage of 40% or more. For women, it's 45% or more. Morbid obesity puts extra stress on the lower joints and bones.
I was trying to think, it was just like, why would women, and I was thinking about it, oh, women have more on them than guys do. Us guys, sure, we have a bigger frame, but the thing is, we don't have a giant behind or other big parts of our body. We just don't. We shouldn't. I mean, I'm growing, but we shouldn't have them. We should not have them.
Load-bearing bones can fracture over time, and tendons can be damaged. You might wonder if excess weight puts stress on the joints. Why do muscular people experience the same joint problems as those who are obese? After all, muscle weighs more than fat. The key difference is muscle supports the joints. When muscles contract, they help move bones more efficiently and stabilize the joints during motion, reducing strain and improving joint mechanics. Fat, by contrast, does not provide a functional movement. It's stored chemical energy that acts as dead weight, and too much of this dead weight can cause damage over time. For example, morbid obese weight can cause the arch of the foot to collapse, known as fallen arches. The arch of the foot is maintained by a tendon called the posterior tibial tendon. Over time, this tendon becomes strained from excess weight and collapses, resulting in flat feet. Excessive fat around the abdomen causes a forward rotation of the pelvis, creating an anterior tilt or forward lean of the body. This increases the arch of the lower back, causing strain on the hip flexors and the lumbar spine. The femur and tibia, being load-bearing, support the majority.
Oh my gosh, like this is making me scared. This is making me scared because it's just like I already have well, I had surgery, but I back pain, things like that, and I'm just like, what the heck is wrong? How much weight do I need to lose and actually to start feeling normal? But I think a lot of my pain is like chronic pain, like something I just will have from now on. But just seeing the video is just like, maybe not. Maybe I need to lose the body weight. You're not fat, bro. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. But I'm not morbidly obese. I think I'm on the edge of overweight and obese. I'm like right in that yellow and red range
of the body's weight. These bones will naturally get stronger as you gain weight. However, in a morbidly obese body, they become weaker and are more prone to fractures. This phenomenon is due to the obesity paradox. When bone is placed under stress, it will adapt to the stress by increasing its density and strength. This is known as Wolff's Law. This is also why, as you put on muscle, your bones become stronger. Paradoxically, in morbidly obese individuals, their bones, especially the load-bearing femur and tibia, become weaker. This is caused by an increase in marrow adiposity. Essentially, excess fat begins to seep into the bone marrow and disrupts the bone's microarchitecture. This weakens the internal structure of the bone, making it less dense and more...
Oh, this is... so those people on like my 600-pound life, if they were to stand, is it possible for their bones to shatter while they're standing due to that over excessive weight? And I think that... So a lot of the things, what a lot of the problems is in weight is... your body becomes so heavy that you can no longer lift your own body weight. So you no longer actually walk. You do like the penguin waddle because with that, you don't need to actually lift your body weight. You're throwing it from side to side, which if you saw that video with the two obese people, the man and woman walking, they weren't actually lifting their body. They were waddling side to side, just throwing their feet out. So that way they didn't have to pick their body up. Because if they were actually to take at least 10 real steps a day, especially with them being morbidly obese, they would burn fat quickly just by taking 10 real steps a day.
more prone to fragility fractures. But one of the most noticeable biomechanics of an obese body is the gait, aptly named the obese gait. The obese gait is characterized by a widened swing and a shorter stride. When walking, the feet tend to be...
See, of course. It's one of the things that makes it incredibly difficult to lose weight. As soon as you get past a certain weight, because it's just far more easier to throw your body back and forth than to actually lift your body up.
In a longer double support phase, meaning both feet are on the ground at the same time for a longer duration than is normal. An obese body walks in this manner to lower their center of gravity, be more stable, and most importantly, reduce the load on the hip and knee joints. When you walk, force is sent through your knees and hips as your feet hit the ground. In response, your body generates downward forces through muscles and joint structures to support your weight and keep you balanced. This interaction between the ground pushing up and your body pushing down creates a load on your hip and knee joints. This load puts 3 times your body weight on your knees and 6 times your body weight on your hips. For an obese body, the multiplied weight is a much heavier load on the joints, making conventional walking uncomfortable and tiring. By taking a wider step, it changes the angle at which the force is transferred through their joints. This spreads out the load more evenly across the hips and knees, thereby reducing discomfort. Though this walking pattern provides some relief, its abnormal movement causes muscle atrophy and joint damage. For example, the obese gait can lead to genu valgum, also known as knee knock. Knee knock is a condition in which the knees angle inward and may touch or come close together when the knees are fully extended during walking or standing. Muscles like the gluteus medius, gluteus maximus, and tensor fasciae latae help stabilize the pelvis and keep the femur aligned over the knee. However, during a wide gait, these muscles are used less and begin to atrophy. Stabilization decreases, the pelvis tilts forward, the femur angles outward, and the knees take on more load, thereby collapsing inward. So far, we've seen what morbid obesity does to the mechanics of the body. Let's see what happens on a molecular level. Morbid obesity increases the LDL cholesterol, or bad cholesterol, in your blood. Too much LDL causes plaque to build up in the arteries, increasing the risk of heart disease. This is due to high levels of fatty acids in the blood, which impair the body's ability to allocate.
Yeah, I don't care how extreme my wife's regimen is going to be. I'm doing it. Like, she was telling me she was gonna make me work out as soon as I healed up, and I was like, sure, we'll see. But now I'm like, you know what? Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I don't care what grueling regimen she has planned. I'm doing it. I don't want to ever get to this point. And what's funny is, like, I'm trying to transition into, well, a sitting job. I'm the golden turd again. I'm the happy poop. But that's the thing. It's just like, it's so... Seeing stuff like this, I think my wife just enjoys sprinkling it in my folder. So I see it, and that way I know everything she says is right. Like, in the end, it's just like, no matter what, everything she says is right. I may combat her every now and then about, no, you're not right. But after like a week, a month, a year, she ends up being right. And yeah, I'm definitely going to have to exercise and lose everything.
Fat for energy. Let's see how this works. When your muscles need energy, they break down glucose from long-chain carbohydrate stores, called glycogen. These glycogen stores are found in muscle and liver cells. When these stores are used up from fasting or high-intensity activity, like running, the body switches to fat reserves for energy production. In order to get fat from your adipose tissue to your muscle tissue, fat is released into the bloodstream. It's carried to the liver, where it's packaged into particles of cholesterol, called VLDL cholesterol. The liver releases these particles of VLDL cholesterol back into the blood, where they bind to muscle cells, get absorbed, and are used for energy. In cases of morbid obesity, fat is released into the blood, not because muscles need it for energy, but because adipose stores are overfilled. As a result, fat will occasionally leak into the bloodstream. The liver packs this fat into VLDL cholesterol particles and sends it back into the blood. However, VLDL cholesterol does not get taken up by muscle cells, as they have not depleted their own glycogen stores, so it sits in the blood until it's needed. When VLDL stays in the blood for a long time, it's converted to LDL cholesterol by lipase enzymes. LDL has a very high cholesterol composition, making it very sticky, which is why it's the bad cholesterol. Due to its sticky surface, LDL cholesterol will bind to openings on blood vessels that are created from inflammation. When it gets wedged into these openings, it gets stuck and is converted to plaque, causing atherosclerosis. As LDL cholesterol builds up in the arterial wall, it impedes blood flow until it causes a complete blockage, causing a heart attack. Excess fat doesn't just clog your arteries, it clogs your liver as well, causing fatty liver disease. Fatty liver disease is a condition where liver tissue...
How can people know how the body works and still praise being overweight? How is that even possible? Seriously, I don't understand this. Like, there's a being happy with who you are, and then knowing you need help. And there are some people who are just, of course, a lot of like the fat influencers have been dying off recently. They some of them have made it to their 30s, but most of, like, A few of them died off. So it's just like, it's not as big of a movement as it has been, but it seems like now there's like a whole opposite trend to this fat influencer, the fat body positivity community, to an overzealous skinny positivity movement where now they're just skeletons walking around and they have no fat on them. I just don't understand. There's always a happy medium. Like for me, I'm actually healthy, but I can stand to lose some weight. That's where I am at. I am not morbidly obese, but I am overweight. But I never want to get to that point where I am so scrawny that it looks like someone throws a toothpick at me and my bone's gonna shatter. That's what the skinny influencers are like, apparently, on TikTok. That they freaking look like they're skeletons. Yeah, and the Ozempic. Yeah, they're probably taking Ozempic on top of their starving themselves.
Become scarred from storing too much fat. As adipose cells become less efficient at storing fat, the body has to store it in a secondary location, which in this case is the liver. Over time, the liver will break down this fat for energy, but when it does, it also makes a small amount of toxic metabolites from fat metabolism. In a normal body weight, the amount of fat stored in the liver is very small.
Can you guys see it? Why is there a red X right there? Right in the center? I mean, not right in the center, but right in the man's family organ. Why is there a red X right there? I mean, if it was just gonna be a silhouette, keep it a silhouette. It's the fact that there's just a red X right there. It just seems so weird. Why? It's talking about fatty. It's talking about liver. It's just, I don't know. I just noticed it immediately. I just saw it immediately because it's just a red X. I got nothing but black screen. I got this, and then the silhouette with a red X. Sorry.
So the amount of toxins made is very low and doesn't cause any serious problems. When the liver is overloaded with fat, it makes large.
And the big guy doesn't got it. Is it because the big guy can't see it? Is this the hidden reference where he can see it, so it's got a red X? This guy can't see it, so it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You know what? That's what I'm going to lean into. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I doubt that's the case, but you know what? It makes sense. He can see it. He cannot.
Amount of toxins. As the toxins accumulate, they cause inflammation, resulting in cirrhosis of the liver. Liver damage is a serious problem because it becomes less efficient at breaking down toxins. Toxins like ammonia, alcohol, medications, and even environmental toxins linger in the body, causing additional problems. The only other way your liver is this damaged by lifestyle is by drinking excessive amounts of alcohol, known as alcohol-induced cirrhosis. Let that sink in for a second. Morbid obesity is so harmful to your body that your liver has the same damage as a freaking alcoholic. Hopefully this video makes it clear what obesity does to your body. I am in no way trying to shame or scare anyone into losing weight. This is a scientific explanation of physiology and biochemistry under obese conditions. How you choose to live and treat your body is your choice, but just know these are the effects. Thank you for watching Dark Science.
Oh, that was good. That was good. I'm gonna leave a like. That was he's like, I'm not trying to shame you or convince you otherwise. It's like, I felt like I was being judged. I felt like I was being judged. Whether you meant to or not, it felt like I was being judged. He's probably saying that becoming fat won't increase its size. You know, I don't know. I don't know, because a big guy can't see it. However, a skinny guy can. That's the only thing that makes sense, because I think everyone knows fat isn't going to help you grow. In that spot. I'll clarify, in that spot. Fat helps you grow, but not in that area. Not in that area.
You guys see the video? What's so bad?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Wait on that.